ask yourself, at a time when unemployment rates are high in most parts of our country and most parts of the developed world, at a time when wages aren't rising for most workers, workers' rights are under attack. How comes that? That's because workers' rights are fundamental to a functioning democracy, and the folks who are in power think there is way too much democracy. What are we talking about when we talk about workers' rights? First of all, do you know what your workers' rights are? Does everybody in your local where you work know what their rights are? It's amazing how many people know what their rights are as consumers, but they don't know what their rights are as workers. Our rights as workers include the right to come together to collectively define our interests, however we see them, just like businesses do. To give our voice to our interests and try and persuade the public and our elected representatives of our positions, just like businesses do. To try and define the public good and how to build a better world, just like businesses do. What we're talking about, brothers and sisters, is countervailing voice. The game that's going on right now is to shut down dissent. That's what it's all about. And how do we and our workers' rights fit into building a better world? In Canada, we are losing the jobs that pay between $30,000 and $60,000 a year. That's the middle class. We got more jobs where you can earn less than $30,000 and more jobs when you can earn more than $60,000. We are hollowing out the middle class. We're saying for the sake of cheap food, cheap clothes, cheap everything, we can stand idly by and watch our middle class go down the tubes while we celebrate a growing middle class in emerging countries. That is the promise of capitalism? No thanks. I'd rather be exercising my rights, my workers' rights, along with those who are having their rights taken away from them, and our right to voice, our right to dissent, and our right to seek a better life, because that's not the promise of capitalism. That's the promise of democracy. Exposing, opposing, and proposing our way out of this thing, if we don't use our voice, if we don't use our rights, we will not have a democracy. And people are starting to wake up. That RBC story did nothing if it didn't wake people up to the fact that while you are sleeping, your employer is looking for a cheaper you. Where does it end? Celebrating the rise of the middle class elsewhere is like thin gruel for people that are looking down the road and seeing two-tier wage proposals becoming the new normal at bargaining tables. Companies that are very profitable, that are not shrinking in size, governments that are only going to grow because the economy is growing, and we are being told that we cannot afford to pay our children the same pension, the same wages, pensions, or benefits as their mommy and daddy got. Why is that? The economy is growing, profits are growing, and we can't afford to pass on a middle class to our children. Brothers and sisters, this is the 11th largest economy in the world, with a fraction of the population of the rest of the nations in the world. We can build whatever kind of society we want.